chair feels very warm.
Live? Yeah. Hey guys, we are back. My name is Muskie Bat. I will be joined by Simo this time around.
Or Scissorhands, as Frank likes to call me. I'm not exactly sure why. Might be the hair.
It's the hair. It's the hair. Yep.
It's the hair. Okay. All right.
And the bow tie.
And the bolt. Oh, even better. Maybe I should have not worn this today.
No, I like it, man. You're looking smashing.
Spiffy.
You know, I've actually never seen Edward Scissorhands. I just know he's got crazy ass hair.
Well, I used to have a ponytail, then I cut it, and then now I'm going back to it. So
I like it. Gonna go for the little man bun, something like that.
For the Orlando Bloom in Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Except not blonde,
Spicy.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm a
yes.
big fan of Orlando Bloom and Lord of the Rings. I gotta be honest.
Lord of the Rings is just the best movie ever.
Yeah.
It's a trilogy.
Yeah.
Best trilogy ever. Let's just leave that there.
Anyways, this is not the Orlando Bloom analysis show, as much as I wish it was. It looks like we are getting into the next game. This is going to be... I don't know what team names these are.
We can go with Wrath versus Chow.
Wrath versus Chow. Alright, here we go. So, early picks and bans coming down. Something I did want to talk about is just... It doesn't really seem to matter if one team has an advantage early on unless it's huge. Because
Solo queue.
Because exactly because the way that like shot calling can really just win games, and it's just so much easier to do it than in solo queue because you have like voice communication. One of the reasons that Curse voice was so good. So I mean, it's really just up to who works better as a unit, and I really know Wrath is a very good shot caller. They are in the losers brackets because they did lose a game to a base race. And I think he's looking to redeem himself this time around.
Definitely want to see what he's going to pull out, what kind of picks he picks out. I think he really enjoys the Gnar in the top lane. That pick is open for him.
Yeah.
But it looks like the Lissandra might be taking over that there.
Yeah.
On the Chow side of things, looks like they might be going for a team fight oriented comp, which is okay. It's not a horrible thing, but like you said, things can go either way. With Teemo on the map, definitely things can go either way. You can step on a mushroom and your whole team is dead. But I don't think he's going to be picking Teemo, probably just a troll pick.
I really find it odd the way that this blue team, Little Brother Chow's team, has kind of done their picks this game. Mostly because they picked their mid and their support after the support had already been picked. The top laner had been shown, so you could have picked into that top laner. And they kind of just picked Kassadin, who's very, not Kassadin, Xerath, who's very weak early, and can kind of be abused, especially with an Amumu. And like Nami could have been held till later. They could have picked up maybe their AD carry there or something like that, which would have also not shown their comp as well. Especially if they're going to go for something like Ezreal. So strange picks and ban phase coming out from the blue side, but looks like they are definitely going for some sort of AoE ultimate comp. And I think that's actually going to be the same sort of answer from Wrath's team over there, looking for the Sejuani to kind of mirror the effectiveness that Muramus is going to have on that Amumu.
Typically in solo queue, you have the same thing happening. People just pick whatever the hell they want to pick. Like there's zero teamwork or coordination.
Yeah.
But you're sitting right next to these people.
Yeah.
You could at least whisper, "Hey."
Yeah,
you know,
it's not like it's not like they called like jungler first, or like maybe Laborious is not trying to get mid over someone else in his team. I don't think so, guys. This is a live tournament. These guys are at George Brown downtown, so I mean, these are the kind of mistakes that I really feel like can be avoided. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You gotta minimize these kind of things if you really want to win. Gnar coming out at the end, of course, Lissandra being used as that flex pick, so. That's exactly what happens. Gonna be a Rengar in the top lane. Like, just leaves himself very, very open to getting counterpicked as well. He got baited into thinking it was against the Lissandra.
Yeah, even if it was a Lissandra, it still would have been fun to see post 6. Lissandra could completely avoid everything that Rengar would have done. And I'm not exactly sure what elo this Rengar is. So elo plays a huge part in this tournament, because what if, oh my god, Rengar looks so scary as a champion, but what if this guy's bronze 5 and Bill's Zonya's? Like, I don't know what could happen in these matchups.
It also could be an Amumu top. You know what I mean? We could have a jungle Rengar or something like that. Big fan of Amumu top personally, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, Wrath being the highest elo on his team, that could be where you want to run that AP Amumu, you know what I mean? Throw him off his game. Try and, TP Amumu ganks are pretty damn devastating.
Definitely. But same with Rengar. Let's not
true.
Rengar TP is good as well.
Yeah.
I do want to point out on Chao's team, Laborious is challenger. So maybe got some shot calling from the mid lane.
Interesting. Yeah, that's probably why he picked up that 0 second then. He's probably like, ain't nobody gonna mess with me in the mid lane. I'm challenger, bruh. Come at me. So obviously a lot of confidence coming out from Laborious. Definitely. I think maybe we should call it Team Laborious now instead of Team Chao.
It's done. Team Laborious versus Team Wrath. I would have wanted to see Wrath versus Laborious because I always like seeing high elo players go pick against each other. Last game, I don't really know what elo Oriana was, but she did pretty good against Zed in the early game, zoned him properly. Everything was textbook, but unfortunately, Red Mercy has the rule book, so he definitely schooled Oriana 1-2. And that was that.
So you can tell, I think, like, that's a very good example of how one of the other strategies is obviously played this game, where these teams will kind of set up and want to focus on the lower elo players. So Laborious obviously not wanting to go up against Wrath. He doesn't want to have an even lane and see who can kind of team fight better. Obviously, Wrath is probably going to have a little bit more impact if he goes even in a lane as opposed to a Xerath who can get fed all the way across the map. So, yeah, it's interesting. We can tell that these guys are probably going to look more towards roaming, that kind of thing, whereas Wrath is really just going to focus on just doing what he can in that top lane and just punishing that Rengar as hard as he can. Speaking of Renekton, of course, banned out against Wrath in the top lane. He was changed last patch as well, so.
What are your thoughts on not exactly who's going to win, but what are the team compositions gearing towards? Are we seeing some split pushing? Are we going to see some team fighting? Or are we going to see some picking off enemy players as they're trying to get toward those objectives? So what are the win conditions of both teams?
Yeah, so I think something that's really interesting about the Rengar is that he will give vision in the situations when Team Laborious would be looking for engages. So if they were to kind of clear out vision around Baron, and then they wanted to like invade into the opposing team's jungle, even without sight, they can still know where people are because Rengar obviously has that. So with a long range Amumu initiation followed up by the Ezreal ult, and then Rengar jumping in as well, Xerath also able to hit up a lot of damage from the backline. Really good, but then you've got to also take a look at the Wombo combo coming out of Sejuani and Wrath if they actually set things up properly. So if Amumu maybe doesn't get the best ult and his carries aren't there in time, you can see those two tanks that do a lot of damage and have a lot of CC just really going right into that backline and doing a whole bunch of work. Of course, is it L-Beam or Elf-Beam? L-Beam can actually kind of decide where he wants to play in the fight. He can play in the backline, maybe ult the Rengar when he jumps in, or he can do something like go into that front lane and try and take over Ugla Baby. So there's a lot of kind of flexibility in these teams. They both have those ultimates, so either way that it goes, it's basically who's going to catch the most with either the Mumu ult or the Sejuani ult, unless Little Brother Chao is able to really, really use that Rengar and set up picks that way.
For Wrath's team to effectively play their composition, they're really going to need to focus on rotating. If you're going to be a team fight comp, you really have to out-rotate your enemy opponent to play that effectively. There can't really be any split pushing. I mean, Wrath can do it a little bit to help get his anger up and then teleport in as Big Gnar or set up a Big Gnar teleport. But generally, rotations is going to be the name of the game for Wrath's team, and getting objectives faster and more efficiently than Laborious' team.
Yep, and I mean that does go back to the shot calling, of course, and you can't have rotations without vision, and that's kind of the premeditative shot calling that needs to be done. You need to let your team know to buy wards, where to place them, because you got to know where you want to have the opportunity to rotate to eventually as the game goes on. So just going back to the shot calling once again, that's how the solo queue tournaments boil down to. I mean, honestly, I can't say enough about it, and I really hope Wrath has learned from his mistakes. It's going to be the high diamond against the challenger shot calling. I'm not sure how Laborious is. I'm not sure if he's that kind of player, but I hope he is, and I hope he can lead his team to a pretty nice victory this game.
I hope so too. I'm actually rooting for Wrath's team. Let's have a little bit of a rivalry here. My boy Jimmy, or otherwise known as Michael. He has a lot of names that he goes by. I'm not exactly sure where his parents...
Jimmy James Michael
Rath, yes. Not sure what happened on his birth certificate, but in-game Summoner ID is Wrath. He's going to be bringing the Wrath this game, I hope so.
Yeah. I just respect how brave Laborious was to kind of just go for that second pick Xerath. I think that, like, I love the balls that guy has. So here we go. Getting into the game. Looks like a group up coming from Wrath. They're probably going to want to invade against that Amumu. Amumu has the opportunity actually to start red on this new jungle. It's not bad. Sorry, he can even start on the double golems, red, and then move towards his blue buff in one single clear. That might be why they are going to try and rotate down there. Ezreal going to get in the bush after them, actually. So unless he Qs this, he's most likely going to go down here.
They seem to pick him out. I don't think he flashes, and that's first blood right off the bat. And you need to play-by-play that. That was pretty... That was deleted. That was
the ward came out right as he face checked into the bush, and of course Braum lands the Q, instantly stunned because those auto attacks come out so quickly, and it actually does a lot of damage as well. Like, there's not anything he could have really done there except leave his base a little bit quicker. Maybe he was talking to the cute girl around the corner or something like that, not really paying attention as he should have been. And great play and great early shot calling from Wrath to get his team down in there and just pick up some sort of advantage and get their lead already like a minute into the game. They've got a lead, so good play.
He starts with boots. I merged boots and cloth at the same time. He starts with boots and cloth. That's an incredible start for Gnar, considering how annoying he is with his movement patterns.
Yeah.
He's gonna dominate this lane. Amumu's gonna need to.
Well.
Yeah, a ward is. He's gonna. Amumu's got to come up there right away. Like, there's no doubt about it. Gnar's just going to push Rengar in, and he needs to come up ASAP.
Unfortunately, Amumu's actually starting on the wrong side of the map for that. Unless he goes for something like a level 2 gank, he's going to end up at the bottom lane. And that's going to make it a little bit more difficult for him to kind of support his lane, especially considering Sejuani's going to end her route up there. So, Little Brother Chao's not going to have an easy time in this game. Wrath, obviously going to be able to do so much with his move speed, able to just kind of like get every single auto attack he wants to off on Little Brother Chao.
I actually want to talk about the strategy that bot lane just pulled off for Laborious' team. Is it customary now for the bot lane to go golems? I've seen it every game, even if it's like silver or bronze. I've seen them do it regardless. What's with that right now?
It's simply because you can't overestimate how strong that level 2 is, but you see actually how they're getting pushed in here. Unless you have a comp that can do it really quickly, you're going to lose your advantage on the push, and it could come back to bite you in the butt. As you can see, he got every single CS there, so it's actually even. Good job by them. Unfortunately, it looks like Dank Nugs.
Danky Nugs. Too dank for me.
Wrath getting his ultimate here, or not his ultimate, his transformation though. Wow, look at that damage.
Lots of trading done down there. I know he's not looking to get that kill, but the damage was incredible against Rengar there.
Danky Nugs, I think he might be out of his element here, you know what I mean? I'm sure he's used to playing on the couch at home, something like that, a little bit more relaxed than he might be at this tournament. Do we have drug testing at this tournament? Is there a drug testing facility? I think performance-enhancing drugs might be an issue for Rast team.
I actually think he's comfortable in the bot lane. He's really close to that bush.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
It calms him when he's within the bush, when he's one with the bush, when he merges, and as soon as he turns that Valkyrie on in the bush, he's going to be really high in the sky.
He is the pilot, if you know what I'm saying. Little Brother Chao wants the attention on himself. Little Brother Chao not happy with Danky Nugs so far.
Braum has been landing a few of those Qs. It's a joint effort in the bot lane, and to be blunt, I think that they're...
I wouldn't be surprised if Danky Nugs really likes to play with Brand in his bottom lane as well. That's actually a really good support these days. Maybe we'll see that come out later. Obviously, just the damage over time from that burn is just so strong in this new meta.
In addition, the burn damage from Valkyrie could be comboed with
Tons
Zyra,
of burning down there.
Zyra or Maokai. Works either way, really. These non-meta supports really can do wonders in the bot lane, but Amumu but he's not going to get high in the sky with the pilot. He missed the flight, does not have a ticket. Little brother Chow having to flash out. A little bit unfortunate for him in that lane, but...
and if Nami does land that bubble, some people will be getting lifted. You know, just water and dank nugs. I don't know, man. It's all over the place, this game.
I guess one side of the lane likes to make things a joint effort, whereas the other side of the lane, likes to hit on those bongos every now and then, you know?
Yeah. Sejuani wants to come join the party. All these junglers trying to hang out with Danky Nugs, you know what I'm saying? Oogla baby in trouble. Bubble hitting both.
That was very well played by a
bubbler,
Nami.
as it were. Laborious in trouble in the mid lane. Ignite goes down!
I think he's gonna survive. Oh my god! Cool guys don't look at explosions. He did manage to fall there. Ignited. Looks like he's not gonna be hanging out with Danky Nugs anytime soon.
Danky Nugs is very particular about who he hangs out with. He wants to keep the good vibes going. Danky Nugs in trouble.
Hopefully he doesn't get burnt out here. Ezreal misses the Q. Heal popped by Danky Nugs.
Crisp to the minimum, if you know what I'm saying.
Not very effective. Hopefully we get a little bit of Jamaican accents going soon on the stream to support Danky Nugs' career in reggae music. Huge gank, huge roam from L-Beam there. Rengar going invisible. Does not want to be seen by Danky Nugs. He doesn't want to be seen that he's hanging out with Wrath.
Wrath is chasing him down. Wrath is reading this guy like a book. Check that out.
Sejuani with the interception there. Bandage toss from Miramasa.
Walking into the Rengar. Little brother Chow swag walks by. That one's mine. Wrath a little bit salty about that one, no doubt. Gnarly his fault though.
That was good.
I tried.
That was really good. That was the only reason why I didn't laugh is because as soon as Gnar was released, there was this ginormous thread of Gnar. That was good though. That wasn't something I heard before, but it was burnt out. The Gnar jokes were
it was burnt out. Speaking of spitting hot fire, look at this dragon. And the tears, I mean, Muramas doing what he can.
It's Dragon's first time. He's coughing all over the place. But
he's lifted though, man. He's flying around, joining Corky in that bottom lane, shooting those fireworks off.
Wow. I didn't even notice the skin. And the fact that Braum is shooting some of his own fire. He's a Dragon Slayer skin. And since it was Dragon's first time, gotta be shown the disrespect. Braum does not want to be...
Whoa! Danky Nugs going hard. Getting out of control here. Somebody needs to calm that guy down.
Jesus, I think he's experimenting with other drugs.
League is the gateway drug, bottom lane. Jesus.
I think they're gonna dive onto Oogla Baby here. Braum tanks a bit of that damage. Heal popped. Oogla Baby trying to get some fancy footwork, but you're not gonna be able to dodge the pilot. The pilot knows where he's going, and he's going on a trip. Nugs is my role model. Shout out to Danky Nugs.
Did you guys know, actually, speaking of Danky Nugs, that the hippie movement actually did start in San Francisco? This was confirmed today on stream. So, you guys are...
If you had been paying attention earlier, we were playing a bit of trivia, esports trivia, and a Maokai-themed question came up where we were trying to figure out where was the hippie movie started. Danky Nugs found out the answer. He let us know that San Francisco, indeed the place, I believe that's where Riot headquarters are.
Wrath in trouble here. Muramas trying to light him up, but Wrath is like, peace late, I'm going home, guys. I'm not feeling comfortable here.
Going hard on Laborious.
Yeah, this is crazy from L-Beam, just beating up on that master tier player.
Oh, that was crisp to the maximum. L-Beam dodging out that. Oh my god, burning everywhere. Somebody should start a forest fire. Lots of bushes being burnt down. Lots of ganks here. Miramas looks like he's in a bit of a pickle there.
Elbeam trying to make an L-Pape here. Elbeam shutting him down. Miramas getting burned. Flows to flash. Ooh, Wrath is following.
Looks like bandages are not really good usages.
Yeah, they didn't have bandages back when I was around.
I don't think bandages are very comfortable tokens.
Wrath is on a killing spree, man. This game is going very one-sided over towards Team Wrath.
Not even the fact that it's being one-sided, it's the fact that there's so many crazy things happening around the map. Even on Laborious' team, there's fights everywhere. Just, it's hard to keep track of what's going on.
And I mean, Danky Nugs is just the story of this game. 3-0-1, 79 CS. About to finish up that Triforce pretty soon. Wouldn't be surprised if he's got it in his next base.
And on top of things, he's the butt of every joke. Keeping things fresh.
The tip of every joke.
I was trying to go with the bud of every joke.
Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Hey! Papa Frank in the back, joining the party. What's good? This is a game you guys should grab a bud.
Sit back.
Tell him to join us down here.
Danky Nugs is on the menu.
Danky Nugs is not going anywhere. It looks like trying to legalize it down there.
Looks like I want to see. I want to see a gank straight out of the left wing. No ganks in the ball lane. Lysandra making her way down. Danky Nugs hard in the paint. Gonna back off, roll another. Here we go. Rengar.
Little bro Chow
Wants a piece of the Danky Nugs. He misses his Ebola strike. That's gonna be really ineffective. But Bear, Danky Nugs' best friend goes down, unfortunately. But the teleport from Wrath looks like he wants to get high in the sky too. He managed to make it to this trip.
Oh, flashes the tidal wave. Danky Nugs doing what he can. Goes in even further. Little bro Chow can't.
Oh my God!
Wrath still chasing.
Here comes a Mumu. This fight is out of control. Xerath making his way down. When push comes to shove, Wrath comes along. The ult from Mumu just to escape. Stun locked completely, but here comes Lysandra. Wants to join in as well. Gonna take Laborious down. Wrath continuing the engagement. He's not tanky anymore, so he's gonna have to back off there. But that was a crazy fight, left and right.
Yeah, Elbeam might look for the dive here, making his way around, but smartly backed out and evaded from the side of Team Laborious here. Laborious having a difficult game, man. 0-3-2 as opposed to Elbeam. I'm not sure exactly what rating Elbeam is, but I'd be pretty proud if I was him.
Taking on a challenger player, I think he'd be even more proud if he was facing Red Mercy, because that's definitely not going to be on Red Mercy's highlight reel if he loses to Elbeam. But maybe we'll see them face each other later on in the game. I'd definitely like to see that 1v1, because Elbeam is going to town on Laborious.
Yep, 5-0 on Wrath as well. Finished up that Sunfire Cape, trying to get a little bit of fire of his own.
I like what I see with Wrath. I know Wrath is not a low elo player. I'll finish my thought later. Going in on Laborious there. The stun does not connect with Sejuani. Slows him down. I think he might fall, but Sejuani might fall as well with the AoE from Amumu. Still surviving. Flashes out. I don't know if you really need to flash out of that. Nami here to help Amumu pick up something, but looks like nothing is going to connect. Great pickup from the enemy team onto Xerath. I was going to mention, I like what I see with Wrath because in low elo, people generally just go straight for damage, even if they're ahead. But he's deciding to go with the tanky route because he knows that it might be a while before Braum gets a little tanky. So he's kind of going with a damage tank combination, which is what Sunfire really is. And great pickup on that.
This is the weirdest Amumu build I have ever seen in my life. And I play AP Amumu top lane. I like to rush tier. I like really messing around with that champion. Check out the smite. Challenging smite on that Skirmisher Saber. Still looking for the upgrade here. It's just some weird stuff, man. I don't know what's going on in Muramasa right now, but it's making it work for him, I guess.
You should really keep tabs on Danky Nugs while you're reading the font there.
I'm sorry,
Arial size 12. Danky Nugs eliminated Nami.
As someone who cares a lot about their Amumu builds, I just, that was the most interesting thing to me on the map right there.
It's like Danky Nugs getting his revenge on a first-time coffer, getting the drag. It's gonna be 1-for-1 on the dragon. Blue side and red side both have a dragon to their name. Make Danky Nugs a little bit more powerful, giving him a sky-high boost.
Going for it. Looks for the ult, finds it on just Bear. Danky Nugs doing what he can.
Auto-attacking and moving or blocking is doing successful. Everybody wants a piece of Danky Nugs. Wrath getting the kill into the top lane. The jukes from Danky Nugs is not even that low.
Trying to light him up.
And Laborious' team falls short in the laboratory. Is that even how you pronounce laboratories?
Yeah.
Laboratory, but some people say laboratory.
I think laboratory is...
Whoa! Getting some revenge. High-level meth. I should not have said that on stream.
Wow. I think what he just did to Quirky could be called a laboratory.
Experimenting in the laboratory.
Yeah, lighten him up. Just, really staying spaced out together and making plays all over the map. This game is crazy. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
I think Laborious was kind of in a state of shock in the beginning of the game. He kind of didn't know where he was or what he was doing. But now that he's relapsed and back to action, took down a kill on Danky Nugs. And that's going to be hopefully the start of a snowball. He has his Morella Nomicon, which is going to apply grievous wounds, which is only really going to be... Does that counter Wrath's Gnar? If Laborious attacks Wrath with a spell and applies grievous wounds as Wrath is low, let's just say that Wrath is at 300 HP, and Wrath goes into Mega Gnar, is his health reduced because of grievous wounds?
I think he gains health. I don't think it's healing. We can actually check that. Murmas doesn't have his ult yet, so I don't think he's actually going to engage here. So if you check his ult...
It's passive.
It's his passive, right. So if this would work with me...
It doesn't really say
it doesn't say
in depth, but I know that some... Do you think, does Gnar work with Spirit Visage?
Keep that D on the keyboard, please. I don't think it does, but little brother Chow doesn't work with Wrath, that's for sure.
Huge fight here around the rapes there. Sandra picking up the kill onto Zerath. Looks like Laborious is still in his slump. They're probably going to get the pick up onto Nami. They're going to continue to chase. Wrath tanking the turret. Ezreal probably going to fall down as well. Lots of skill shots missing. He's not going to fall exactly. But great fight there. After they picked up the kill onto Rengar in the top lane, they just Wrath rotated down and made wonders for his team, definitely. Now they're going to pick up this turret in the mid lane. Oogla Baby not being able to do that much. The stun missing from Wrath. Here comes Amumu, gets the stun locked onto Sejuani.
Man, I would be pretty salty if I was Murmas this game. He's making all these plays, has got his challenging smite doing extra true damage on that Amumu, and look at his master tier player, his challenger player, 1 and 6, whereas Wrath, their high diamond player, look at him, 8-0. I would be super salty right now. I think that maybe even Laborious is pretty salty with himself. 1 and 6, getting wrecked in that mid lane, and he was the expected shot caller, so I'm not sure if Team Laborious has what it takes to kind of bring themselves back in this game with that kind of just brutal situation Laborious is on.
That has to bring down the morale as well. Laborious is trying to make plays as much as he can, but I mean he's starting to make plays at 1 and 6, which is not really where you want to be. And look at Wrath, he's really showing his dominance here, making plays all around the map. That's not to say Lysandra L-Beam is definitely making plays for his team as well as Wrath and L-Beam are just going off on this game completely. Let's not even start with danking Nugs. But as we can see, 8 and 19, Danky Nugs' team is definitely high in the sky.
Oh!
But here comes
no ulti.
No ulti.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscalculation on the seconds that it takes for his ultimate to come up.
He's gonna save that last shot. Oh my God! Laborious has finally found the correct solution in that laboratory there. The ult is still not up. I'm not exactly sure why you're going into Moo.
Trying to do true damage. Bear and Shovel. Is that an Ignite or a Morello's? No Ignite, actually, so... Oogla Baby still trying to make some plays here.
They completely ignore Oogla Baby. Completely ignored. But Wrath saving Danky Nugs there. He's going to continue. Hopefully he might get the Q off there. Wrath continuing the damage onto Ezreal. He managed to land the ult. Still continuing the chase. Sejuani manages to fall. Can Nami 2v1? No, she can't. That's why she's not a great mid laner. She just mainly stays as support. I tried Nami mid once.
Yeah, me too. It's not great. It's a lot of fun, especially in ARAM. Actually, I love AP Nami, man. That is my jam. Danky Nug's gonna find himself a little some in the bush there.
He's always finding
something pink and purple there.
Always finding that perp in the bushes. Getting high really quickly. 7-2 and 6. I'm surprised I'm even seeing him on this map. I thought he would be so high his character model would not be seen. Just the Shadow and the Valkyries. But he's sort of grounded. Staying as close to the Bud as he can.
Laborious in trouble here. Or maybe it's Bear in trouble.
Bear in his natural habitat in the forest. Here comes L-Beam with the DFG. Very nice pickup there.
Yeah, so, you know, I really don't know what happened in the last fight. It was kind of weird. It came way too close considering how far the teams are away in terms of ult. Wrath looking for something here, though.
He's got the ult. He's got the 2-man's lockup there with his stun. He gets a 3-man ult. That was completely delicious. But the stun from Amumu only hits up 2 people, and the tankiest members are not going to be able to really do that much damage. But Amumu is fairly squishy. They're going to turn on to little brother Chow. Braum does fall. Danky Nugs is going to continue the damage. Don't ignore the Danky Nugs. He will eliminate you from the fight. Ignite you, smite you, whatever you want to call it. But he's falling a little bit low. And Ezreal is starting to pack in that heat. He's starting to do that damage. He's 5-5. The ult only landing on Laboriatorius. Gonna keep him back away from the fight, but they're gonna continue the chase. Not really sure where this fight is going or the entire... Oh, but Laborius does manage to pick up GG's Varus. These fights are going in a completely awkward manner.
Yeah, they're really weird considering Amumu's ulting a tank and somebody that nobody else is hitting. It's just... and they're still coming really close, which is weird. Wrath actually looking to pick something up on Oogla Baby.
His Wrath is coming up. Hopefully he's gonna manage to turn into the big Gnar. That's really going to help out in this fight. He manages to stun Laborius. Hopefully, that wasn't even close at all. Wrath is going to hopefully turn into Oogla Baby, or maybe he's going to try to escape there. He's going to end up falling. I think I would have focused on escaping rather than turning to fight. But
yeah, I honestly, this is one of the strangest games I've ever seen. It's all over the place. Absolutely hilarious. I'll be honest with you guys.
I blame Danky Nugs.
I also blame Danky Nugs. This L-Beam trying to set something up against little brother Chow. Strange pick, follows the E as well. Flash from little brother Chow is gonna fucking live.
I don't know what's happening anymore. Danky Nugs is gonna continue the chase. The rocket does not seem to land. And little brother Chow uses his ult.
Oh my god.
Danky Nugs is unstoppable. Just like passing it around, it's unstoppable. You can't avoid it.
On point.
Don't be a... You have to toke pass. You can't just hog the blunt all the time. You gotta give some kills to your teammates. Danky Nugs stealing everything. Being completely ruthless in his teamwork. Wrath knows what it's like to be ruthless. He's 10-1 and 5. Not even letting little brother Chow end up on the show Big Brother. He's gonna stay a little brother for the rest of his life, or for the rest of the tournament even.
Thank God we have that language filter on. Because this stream, like, you cannot have this kind of content on an Esports Canada stream. You cannot have swearing. That's thank God we have that language filter. Danky Nugs in a bit of a scary situation going up in that front line. I'm not sure if his judgment is all there right now. Oh, here comes the big ult!
Here comes the ult. Wrath is going to only get one person with that ult. He's going to try to stun up. Cleanse from Laborius, I think I saw there, or that was Nami using the Kales onto Laborius there.
That was actually a huge mistake from Gnar. He tried to flash with his jump, but didn't bounce on a minion, I think, or something like that. And actually ulted them all away after that huge ultimate from Sejuani. So that pretty much would have been the game. Yeah, you can see Wrath typing a little or maybe that was from before. All the same, strange play by Wrath. Not the kind of thing you expect to see from a 10-1 Diamond player.
He's pretty tanky, I'll give him that.
He is very tanky, however, that was the makings of a 5-man ultimate against the wall, and unfortunately he basically used his ult as a Janna ultimate.
Danky Nugs would have done a lot of damage there as well. A lot of AoE spells coming out from Corki, right? There's the Force Phosphorus Bomb, there's the...
Yeah. We do know that Danky Nugs likes to shred, and that is part of Corki's kit, of course.
Spending some time in the Laborious, creating some Phosphorus Bombs, which do quite a bit of damage. I think that Laborious could be one of Danky Nugs' friends. Like you said, League is the gateway drug. Braum falling dangerously low, the ult only hitting on Amumu. Here comes Wrath with the redemption, and he doesn't have his ult up. Amumu gets funky and picks up the Sejuani pick. Here comes Lissandra, hoping to pick up Little Brother Chow. Danky Nugs getting a double kill. He's going to continue the chase. He's going completely ham there. He must have the munchies after that fight. Quadra kill.
For Danky Nugs.
I wish he had 0 assists, because then we would be at 14-20. Which is pretty close.
Yeah.
14-26, not that far off.
If you rub your eyes a little bit, that 6 will look like a 0, guys. Come on, everyone with me now. Let's look for it.
Sing together. Whoa, great block from Bear. Danky Nugs surviving. And staying high. Staying fresh, staying clean. What do you think his next pickup is going to be? Last Whisper, or...
Are you suggesting that Danky Nugs needs to pick something up right now? Trying to pick up some new items for himself? Looks like he's trying to stick with that best friend sword. Of course, Danky Nugs known to be a pretty friendly guy. Hanging out with Laborious in the laboratory.
Here comes Laborious looking for Danky Nugs, but he finds a few animals.
An empty bush, basically.
It's not the type of thing that Danky Nugs likes to see.
Speaking of Danky Nugs, he is hitting that Scuttle Crab right now.
I think I'm going to start using the Scuttle Crab as a secret code word. Bear getting caught out by Laborious. Danky Nugs not on the same side, not on the same page as the laboratory. You're going to have to poke and retreat. Dragon up, so it's probably going to be a Dragon 4. Laborious. Wrath will not have the end of it, though. He's going to continue poking, getting his Wrath up. Hopefully going to get a 4-man engage. Here comes L-Beam. They want to get the focus onto Oogla Baby. The ultimate completely missing from Sejuani. They're going to refocus onto Zerath. Here comes Little Brother Chow. Corki falling, so their main damage dealer is out of the fight, but everyone is dangerously low. Here comes Wrath. He's completely at full health. Hopefully he has his ult up. One boulder, one stun, double people getting hit up there. Wrath might fall. He's going to try to get a kill, but sloppy. This whole game is sloppy.
Yeah, these guys are... It looks as if they are inebriated or something like that, just the way that these fights seem to be going. Potentially could blame Danky Nugs for that.
Danky Nugs is a terrible influence.
Yes, exactly. And you know, something else I find a little bit odd, actually, is that Amumu hasn't finished his jungle item at coming up on 30 minutes into the game. Either he knows something I don't, or maybe he just missed that one. I'm not sure. I think the new jungle item actually did get changed, which gives you like an extra 20 gold every time you use Smite on a jungle minion or something like that. So, questionable decision-making from Miramas. These are the kind of things that Laborious needs to address to help his team out. He is the guy with the experience. Lil Bro Chow getting chopped.
Oh my god, beautifully done there. Auto attack went to Rengar and then redirected itself back to... That was really weird pathing there, but great pickup. Here comes Miramas. I think he wants to pick up the dragon. Sejuani gets the kill. Ezreal misses the ult. Zerath's trying to pick something up.
If Amumu had his ultimate up, maybe if he had some CDR from a jungle item or something like that, he could have gotten that kill. He actually does finish his jungle item finally now.
30 minutes into the game.
Yeah, could have used that a little bit earlier. If he had his ultimate there, it would have been a beautiful combo with all the long-range spells that his team has. Danky Nugs.
Oh my god, that was dangerously close. That was really close. Laborious almost falling low. Ezreal would have cleaned up regardless, but great play by Danky Nugs. might be number 1 on the challenger ladder. I'm not exactly sure. Want to be as high as possible when you're facing the solo queue tournament. Have to be the best you can be, and Danky Nugs definitely bringing his A game.
He is Canadian.
Probably spiking something in enemy teams' decision making.
Yeah,
Give himself a competitive edge.
Definitely messing with the laboratory of Laborious.
Laborious actually, before they came here at 10 o'clock at George Brown, they stopped by the Science District to get ready for the game, and I do believe Danky Nugs was there in the shadows, messing around with some phosphorus bombs. Not really going into the favor of Laborious' team. 22 to 35, as well as a 5K gold lead, I believe. 4K. My math is not on point today. Neither is my map making, and neither is my alphabet either. I think I've been hanging out with Danky Nugs. I think that's what's been going on.
Oh, L-Beam looking for it.
Here comes Wrath with the ult. I think he gets 2 people in there. He's going to continue the fight. He's all alone. Here comes Braum. Braum's not going to be able to do that much damage. Wrath, you do not have a lot of damage to deal out, but he's probably going to pick up this pickup on Laborious. Braum takes the kill. Much needed because Wrath has a lot of kills already. They're going to get to pick up the kill onto Nami as well.
Wrath gets another kill, 12 to 11. Trying to compete with the Danky Nugs.
I think Wrath is a logical person. He's a reasonable person, but I do not think he approves of spiking the enemy team's decision making with his own home remedies.
Murma still trying to find something here. Looking for a pick of some sort. Danky Nugs looking for the 1v1 on his own. Will he die to the Ebola?
Little brother Chow picks up the Danky Nugs. Bear and Wrath coming up, but Bear needs to get out of there ASAP. He flashes out. Wrath goes in. A little bit of miscommunication. Wrath might get picked up here. Bear, you gotta get out of there. Wrath goes into hyper mode. Hopefully he's going to be able to get the jump onto Bear. Ult's coming out. He's not going to be able to avoid them because he has to run. The jump does land, and they're going to retreat. Very well played by Wrath. I thought he was going to fall there, but he is really tanky. He has a lot of damage that he can't take.
Yeah, of course. 3 items finished up onto Wrath, just so far ahead of pretty much everyone in this game. With an 8K gold lead at 32 minutes, an inhibitor is available to be sieged. I would like to see, for once, the ultimates used together from either the side of these teams, because they have so much AoE, and really all they need to do is just press R at the same time. And if they can hit more than 3 people, whoever does that, I really do think will kind of run away with this game. Ezreal, of course, very strong now, has finished up his 3 core items here, and is looking to kind of make some revenge on towards that Danky Nugs.
Ezreal's going to be looking a lot smoother later on in the game. I know we're 33 minutes in, and we're looking at the smoothness of some of these players. Danky Nugs definitely super smooth, super clear, but Ezreal's going for that blue build. He's looking for that late game damage after his full blue build is complete. After he gets the Bork, maybe he can do a lot of damage, but they're going to pick up the Laborious. L-Beam completely decimating the... I don't really know what's going on, but lots of spells, lots of damage. Oogla Baby going to be falling dangerously low. He turns around for a quick Q. The L-Beam gets out alive with the Relic Shield used onto there to save her. Little brother Chow in the middle of a Wrath sandwich.
I think this might actually be game. It's still early enough where the cooldown timers aren't that long. 15 seconds on Nami, but 15 seconds on Xerath as well now. Might just go for multiple inhibitors. And unfortunately, Murmask only hitting an ultimate on a single person that game, and it was actually L-Beam after he had used his full spell rotation. Looks like they're going to go and try and end this game here.
This might be the end. Only Xerath and Nami are up. Amumu is 6 seconds till spawn. Ezreal 6 seconds as well. Laborious doing whatever he can, taking 2 players dangerously low. Wrath is going to take focus. I thought he was going to focus the Nexus, but he's going to try to bait all 4 members in so they can focus the Nexus. It's getting dangerously low, and that's going to be the game.
Congratulations to Team Wrath. GG, well played by both teams. A deadly combination of Wrath and Danky Nugs. I'm not sure what his rating is, but my god, this guy is just turning it up.
Turning the heat up, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. Absolutely smoking the other team.